Hello there guys, and welcome back to another video. A very quick video this morning, or this afternoon as I'm recording this, because I wanted to do a little quick summation of my thoughts on transfer deadline day, the most glorious of days, where all the excitement kicks off, or sometimes just doesn't kick off at all. Anyway, before I get into my thoughts on transfer deadline day, I want to say thank you as ever to OneFootball. OneFootball is the place where you can learn about all the big transfers before they happen by downloading the link in the description below. Click the link in the description below and get yourself OneFootball for all your Manchester City news, and I'm sure there will be some before the end of the day, even if it's just a loan or two here and there. Make sure you don't miss out on it and get all the stats and all the big news from across the world of football and join over 10 million people in downloading the app for free. It costs you nothing. It's fantastic. So help support my channel a little bit and download OneFootball right now and do yourself a big old favour. So it's transfer deadline day. Months of incessant noise and months of speculation, all bringing to an end, all being brought to an end today as the transfer window slams shut on deadline day at around 11 p.m. tonight UK time. And it'll be fun, and I will be live on Twitch later, and then I'll do a reaction to it as well over on YouTube. But I thought I'd do a little discussion about what I think could happen today. Spoiler, it's probably largely nothing. Will Manchester City sign someone today? Will they sign a left-back, a midfielder, a striker? I would go quite strongly with a no, unfortunately. I think in general, anyone Manchester City would be signing, there would be too much noise around it by now for us to know. We would know, put it that way. If we were going to sign a left-back, some agent would leak it to the press because there's more money in it. If we're going to sign a striker, well, once again, strikers aren't exactly low-profile, are they? You just don't sneak a striker in unless you're Aston Villa and Danny Ings for some reason. But in general, these kind of things, they take months of planning, they take a lot of negotiation, and they take a lot of noise in the press for people to get as much money as they want out of a transfer like this. So my general expectations in terms of incomings is incredibly low. And should we even do it at this stage? Look, unfortunately, there's possibly a need for a left-back. The horrific allegations around Mendy won't be going away, and he won't be playing football anytime soon. Correctly so, in my personal opinion. But if we're being absolutely cold, and I hate to think about this because, for one, it's the right thing. We should not be playing him anytime soon. But it does leave us a left-back down. I'm not complaining about that. I'm just pointing out on a pure logistical level. I would not be surprised if the club did think about a reinforcement at that point. But I don't think it's going to happen, simply because I don't think Manchester City think there's a market for a good left-back at the moment. I think Manchester City are probably interested in someone like Nuno Mendes, but that won't be a now thing. Maybe it'll be a future thing. So we might have to crack on with Cancelo. Maybe Ake is a backup every now and then there, and Zinchenko with Kyle Walker, of course, over at right back, and other variations of a similar nature. It's just how it is, unfortunately, and it is what it is. Elsewhere, of course, there are claims that we need a midfielder, a defensive midfielder. That's not going to happen. We've still got Rodri and Fernandinho, so maybe that's something for the future. Maybe we'll see some young players be used there, like Romeo Lavia or something like that. And of course, a striker. I don't think we should be thrashing around at this point in the transfer market for a striker. We were linked to Vlahovic. I can't see that happening personally. Harry Kane obviously is dead. Cristiano Ronaldo is dead. And after that, all the players that we were feasibly linked to, Danny Ings one of them, they're not available anymore. So there isn't much in the market other than a last-minute scramble, which would be definitely hugely overvalued. And I'm pretty certain it would feel relatively unsatisfying as well. And I think we probably just know about it by now. Having said that, Diaz kind of came out of nowhere, so things can happen. But my expectation right now is that Manchester City probably shouldn't sign anyone right now anyway. Just go with what we've got. Keep our cards close to the chest for next summer and sort it out next summer. Sort out those problems. I know that's disappointing because we definitely need a striker. But what I will say is I've lowered my expectations accordingly, and it might be worth you guys doing the same. If Manchester City at some point struggle this season, at least we know it isn't Guardiola's fault. Presuming we're not making silly mistakes defensively or something like that. If we create chances and not scoring goals, Guardiola, he can hold his hands up and go, that isn't on me, guys. I made those chances. You didn't deliver me a striker. So I've readjusted my expectations accordingly. I still think we'll do better than most people realise, but that is where I stand. And I think as soon as you get your head around that, it becomes an awful lot easier to accept. I still think we'll do very well for what it's worth. But either way, I think at this point, given the promising start for Ferran Torres, given the immense talent and promise of a young player like Liam Delap, and of course a reinvigoration of Gabriel Jesus and Gundogan showing his goal-scoring form, and the likes of Phil Foden and De Bruyne to come back, It's not ideal, but I think we should probably just stick now and do it properly. Properly, maybe January onwards of Holland, I don't know, or something like that. I don't think there's any merit in a last-minute scramble around, unless we get some cracking deal and a free transfer, which I don't think there's anyone available. I don't think there is anyone available, especially anyone that will suit our style of play. I can't really see it. Elsewhere, in terms of exits, maybe some big club will come in with a big bid last minute for Laporte or Bernardo Silva. But I just can't see it. It doesn't feel like that kind of market at the moment. I'm hoping Bernardo Silva stays now. I expected he was going to go. I think he suspected he was going to go. I think Manchester City felt he was going to go. But in this market, unfortunately, you have to bring money to the table, And I don't think anyone could do that. Bernardo's in that weird, awkward slot where you can't get away getting for 20, 30 million. He's also not one of the superstar players that's moving around. He's in that 60, 70 million spot, which is fair to ask for what it's worth. And I think even Bernardo knows that that's a fair fee for him as well. Bernardo would probably want to go, and I think he does want to go, quite famously reported, even Guardiola hinted that too. But he'll also understand that unless someone comes in with a decent offer, City shouldn't sell him. Like, he's not an idiot, Bernardo. He's an intelligent bloke. He'll be happy about it, but he's not going to demand City selling for 30 million because that's just not fair in anyone's sense. So he'll understand that unless he can bring a bid to the table, he's stuck where he is. And I think that's how we're going to end the transfer window, with Bernardo and Laporte hanging around. Laporte has gone quiet on that front. He's playing football right now. He'll be fine. And I'm hoping both Bernardo and Laporte, and Jesus is one who's rumoured to leave, and Sterling, but they're not going anywhere either. I'm hoping Bernardo and Laporte in particular really enjoy the fans being back around. Bernardo is an emotional guy. I think he struggled, and Guardiola implied as well, he struggled a lot with lockdown, living in city centre on his own, all that kind of stuff. His family and friends couldn't fly over from Portugal and Spain anywhere near as much, if at all, because of obviously flight restrictions in the UK due to the pandemic. With life now a lot more back to normal, you go outside there now, you can go anywhere you want to in Manchester, you can do what you want basically. People can travel now as well, friends and family. I'm hoping that'll be enough to at least placate Bernardo for this season. And obviously right now the weather's decent as well. Crowds back there, he's probably feeling the love a little bit more than he used to recently. So I'm hoping it'll be enough, and then we'll go, look, in 6 months' time, you can start planning your exit if you want to, which is not long at all. It isn't long at all. So I'm hoping he's going to stay around. Elsewhere, in terms of exits, in City Football Group, I always forget to include him because he doesn't feel like a Man City player to me, but Yangel Herrera is allegedly going to Espanyol on loan. That'll be interesting to see how that goes down. Patrick Roberts is allegedly, according to some latest news, going to Troyes, the City Football Group. Basel have apparently joined the race. Loads of clubs like Blackburn, Bournemouth, Swansea and Stoke all wanting to sign him too. Patrick Roberts really needs to move on. He needs to move on for his own career right now. Just release him and let him go. And apparently as well, Troyes are also after Philip Sandler on loan. Philip Sandler is quite a popular player actually. I think he's quite a cool bastard, but he's never really played for the first team or done. He's obviously had a couple of appearances here and there, but he's always been injured, so he needs to prove himself an awful lot as well. So we'll have to see how that goes down. Alpha Diancu left as well, the young right back. I don't know where he's gone, but he's left. He's a good player, a good right back, so I'm kind of surprised by that, but at the same time not. He was nowhere near the first team with Cancelo. And of course, Kyle Walker there as well. It's been very difficult for him. And as well, we have to see how we get on with some of the younger players as well that are linked to loans. Tommy Doyle has been linked to a loan quite a bit. I think he's ready for a loan as well. Another season in the EDS is nothing for Tommy Doyle. He does not need it at this point. He needs first team football to go improve. He's a bit older. How old is he? I think he's 19 now. Or is he 20? Either way, let me just double check. He's 19, he turns 20 in October. I think he's ready. He's got nothing less to learn. And to be honest, I can imagine him getting a decent loan and really, really impressing somewhere. Hopefully a championship side. Elsewhere, McAtee is going to stay apparently. Delap's going to stay as well. Look around, Adozie will carry on with the academy sides as well. And Palmer as well. And I'm fine with that, So overall, I think we might see a loan or two. There might be another surprise loan for one of the academy players that we haven't really thought about yet. There might be something like that, There's a few players hanging around that are waiting for probably a future to be resolved. But I can't really see any major incomings or outgoings. So that is my summation of what I think will happen on the day. Let me know if you disagree, of course, in the comments. I will be live on Twitch later, maybe for deadline day, and I probably will go live as well, maybe on YouTube as well. After the window's closed, to do a little bit of a transfer window review. For now, though, like, comment, subscribe. Big love to my Patreon producer, Scott Denemy, and we'll catch you all very, 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 very soon. Thank you to all the patrons who keep this channel going, and all the members, and all you guys. Don't forget to like this video and give it a subscribe, and download OneFootball. Catch you in a bit.